So Anime Frontier 2024 is over. I attended 2 of the 3 days. Let's talk about it. What was great, what was improved from last year, and what they could improve on moving forward. So with Anime Frontier, I have gone for 2 years now. I've had the influencer badge for 2 years, which we'll talk about the influencer badge at the end, but I want to talk about it as just a general guest. That's how I tried to go. That's how I tried to spend my time there. I want to be with the flow. I try not to use any of the amenities that normal guests would not get. I want to just treat it like I'm going as a 3-day badge holder. And I'm pleased to say that I had a good time. And I think it is highly worth going to Anime Frontier, especially if you are in that area, which, by the way, is Fort Worth, Texas, around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think it's worth it because this time of year, there's not a ton of anime conventions, and there's a really good one in Anime Frontier. Now, I could go over every single thing that they have at Anime Frontier, and the Idol Festival, which is great. It's something unique that they really don't have at other anime conventions. The show floor is also great. The Artist Alley. If you want one of the best artist alleys you will see in an anime convention, it is probably Anime NYC. This is number 2. I don't know what Anime Expo is, never been there, but in terms of Artist Alley, it's one of the best ones I've seen. It is, I don't want to say it's a copy of Anime NYC, but there's a lot of the same people there, but there are some unique ones that I didn't see at Anime NYC that I've never seen before. So you're definitely getting your money's worth if you're a big fan of the artist side of a convention. Not only that, but they had a ton of guests. I know for 3 in particular that I'll just name off, they had the 3 main voice actors from Attack on Titan, the dub, which I met one of them, being Jesse James Grail. I met them whenever they were signing for Armin from Attack on Titan. Add another one to the project. We will talk about that at another date. But they had a lot of big name voice actors there, dub voice actors. They also had some of the cast and crew from that time I was reincarnated as a slime from the Japanese cast. So that was very cool. It's always a great thing to see more Japanese guests coming to America. You don't see them very often, but it's great to see them. They also had something really cool, which I was unable to actually even go into it to see because it was filled up so quickly. But they had open casting calls for a dub actor. And it was really cool because you could go in and basically try out to be a dub actor. Now, the line got very, very long, but it was very cool. That was something that they had available. I've never really seen that before. I know I've heard of it, but I've never seen one at a convention myself. So really cool that they were doing that. I hope they continue to do stuff like that in the future because people seem to really enjoy that, even though obviously they're not going to accept everybody. Most people aren't going to get that far because it's just, the way things go. But the idea of learning about it, learning about how all of that process works, getting tips on how to improve for the future if they want to continue that path, really cool. I mean, it's just something unique that you don't really see at an anime convention. Something that I participated in, and I was very happy to see this. This was something that they added at Anime NYC, and they've added it at Anime Frontier this year, and that was a swap meet. I actually didn't know this was going to be a thing until the day before I had to leave. So I was not able to get a lot ready for my little area, and unfortunately, all the footage that I had for that is gone. It was not, my camera was blurry whenever I recorded that. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to tell you about it, but that was a really cool experience. Everybody in there was very, very nice. It was a smaller room. I really hope if they do bring it back, which I hope they bring it back, that they give them a bit bigger room. I don't know where you would put it at. There's tons of open rooms in that building, but just a bigger area because that room was full and there was people that were wanting to set up that had no room to set up. And about halfway through, I decided that I was going to give my table to someone else because my stuff was kind of been picked over. So, but I did trade a few things. I got a few manga that I'll show off at the end of the month. But pretty cool. I was very happy with how that turned out. And I'm excited to see maybe this happens again in continues to happen. Everybody in there was very, very nice and making great trades. A lot of people were finding some really cool things. So if you're ever at Anime Frontier or Anime NYC, I highly recommend trying out the swap meet. Even if you don't have anything, just maybe go find something in the shop or the show floor, come in, be like, hey, I want to go look and see what is here. Also, something that is just a part of anime conventions is lines, and you're just gonna have to deal with lines. There was no lines, like at all. I mean, there was lines and like lining up in the morning to get in, but besides that, there was barely any. The Gundam booth, which Gundam had a really big booth going on, that had a bit of a line, like first thing in the morning, and then from there, you might have had to wait max 10 minutes after the first hour, but besides that, you were easily able to go in. A lot of the booths were moving very quickly. They were not slowing down at checkouts or anything. So overall, I didn't really deal with any lines that were noticeable. Even the food area was very well organized. I'm surprised at how organized it was because even I noticed from last year to this year, the crowd seemed bigger, especially on Saturday. Now, speaking of food, I do want to mention one thing that I was kind of sad not to see, and maybe I missed it. I looked for it because I wanted to actually, I went with someone and they wanted to try it, couldn't find it, but I never saw any Japanese food vendors, which in my opinion is one of like the coolest parts of anime conventions is when you see all the Japanese food vendors. They have the takoyaki, mochi, all that. Didn't see any of it. Unfortunately, there was none there that I could see. Maybe that's something they add in the future. I don't know if they've done that before and it just didn't go over very well, but I really would hope to see that again someday. Now, in terms of the Artist Alley, I did really enjoy the Artist Alley this year. It is a bit similar to Anime NYC. It seems like a lot of the same people that went to Anime NYC do want to come to Anime Frontier. So if you are not able to go to Anime NYC and you want to go to see that Artist Alley, Anime Frontier, you're not getting the same thing. There was definitely artists that were not at Anime NYC that were at Anime Frontier, and there are definitely ones that were at Anime NYC that are not here. But I do think it is worth it to go to both of them, and you're getting your money's worth. If you're a fan of the Artist Alley, you're getting your money's worth going to either one of them. Anime Frontier really, the 2 years I've gone, the first year I was like, wow, this is really good. And they've stepped it up and it's even better this year. I don't want to like hate on any artist, but you can definitely tell the smaller anime conventions, they're not quite those insanely talented artists. They are newer artists, and that's fine. I appreciate them, and I like to go check them out. But with Anime Frontier, you're definitely getting those high quality artists that are definitely earned their way to be there. Now, I did get a few anime things in the Artist Alley, and I'll show you them now. The first one of which is just a sticker, but it is from Weeb Culture. I don't know if that can focus, but weebculture.official on Instagram. You can go check them out there if you want to. I got this eye lingerie thing here. So it's a sticker. I always like stickers. So there we go. Add that to one of the shelves. The next thing here, I got 3 things from one booth, and this was the last thing I got. And they had a really cool deal going on to where if I ordered, or if I bought one thing, I would get a poster for free. And so I did just that. And this was Fan Service Central. They were technically not part of the Artist Alley, but they do have some really cool stuff. So there you go. I got this, the Docky sticker here, as well as this Lucy print. I can never go wrong with buying a Lucy print. I have way too much Lucy stuff, but Lucy is one of my favorite characters. So I decided to go with that. As well as this, which is probably one of the most different purchases that I have made at an anime convention. But it was worth it because I thought it was kind of, not funny, but kind of cool. Because if you're unaware, there was a big trend going on a while back of Hatsune Miku that was Brazilian. So it is a blanket of Brazilian Miku. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It is way too big for this camera setup that I have here. So yeah, stay tuned for the end of the month and I'll show off more of it. But yeah, pretty cool there. So it's a really big blanket and it was not that expensive. So pretty cool. They also had the little mystery things here, which I love these things, and they're popping up at more and more of these anime conventions, and I love to see them. I know one of them that I got here was Fiona from Spy Family. I tried to get Becky. I could not get Becky, so I got Fiona instead. And then I got, in this one, I tried to get a My Hero thing, and I did, but it was Kirishima, I think his name is. I wanted Suchan, but I got him instead. So, pretty cool. Along with that, I also got this, which is the mascot of the Anime Frontier thing. That is this little Rufus guy here. And speaking of that, this is a good time to talk about the shop. I think the shop is good, and I think it is definitely improving out of the 2 years that I've been, and I saw the merch from the year before because they had some left over. I do think it's improving every year. I do think they could add even more, especially in terms of like a variety of things. Maybe, you know, Anime NYC added the skateboard, which they've only done one version of the skateboard, and that's fine. I would really like if they did a Anime Frontier skateboard, or, you know, just something unique in those terms. But I get why they don't, because that's more stuff that they have inventory. But I like a variety of things at your store. This is really cool. I like that because I'm not a person that wants to buy a bunch of different shirts because I can't display shirts or anything. I want something that I can display that is Anime Frontier. I did buy a little Rufus pin though, so that's cool. Now I have it to go with my collection of pins there. Also, with this convention, I did bring along a friend or a family member. It was my younger cousin. He has never really been into anime. He said he's watched a few things, but that was it. And I just wanted to bring him along. I said, hey, you want to try this out? You've never been to a convention before? Let's see about it. He's 12. He's not, you know, old enough to really, you know, do any of the after parties or anything. So I didn't experience any after parties, unfortunately, but he had a really good time. And I think with that, I can say, if you are someone who has a younger child, or maybe you have a brother or a sister, and you think, I would like to take them with me to see if they would like it. Maybe they're into newer anime, maybe they're into My Hero, maybe they're into another anime that's real fresh, Demon Slayer, whatever. And you're thinking, I want to see if they'll go, or I want to cosplay with them, but I don't know if it's really right for me to take them to an anime convention. They're going to probably have a ton of fun because he did. He was enjoying the entire time. He said he had a good time, and I think it, you know, it was worth it to just take him and to, you know, show him, hey, this is really fun. Maybe, you know, maybe you're not really big into anime, but there is this different side to, you know, pop culture, whatever, that you can experience. I think he had a really fun time. I'm really glad that I was able to bring him. This is a picture here. So really worth it there. If you have younger kids or whatever, or, you know, brothers, sisters, take them. You'll have a good time. And yes, obviously there are the adult parts of the convention, but they're not something you have to worry about. Oh, they'll accidentally see. There's no cosplayers that are going to be inappropriately dressed. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be great. And obviously, speaking of cosplayers, there was a ton of cosplayers. If you're into cosplay, it's a great convention. There was a wide variety of cosplayers that I noticed. There was some really interesting ones. A few cosplays that I have never seen before was there, which was really cool. There was one that I really wanted to get a picture of, but I wasn't able to, unfortunately. But there was a bunch of them. Here's a few pictures here. I'll kind of flash them on the screen right now. Really cool. And everybody that I asked for a picture was very, very nice. There was one guy that he was just walking around and he was very, very energetic. So they are very, very nice. Everybody there is very nice. So if you're have anxiety about, I don't know if I would fit in a crowd like this or whatever, don't worry. Don't worry. Because everybody there's a little bit awkward, but that's okay. And it works. It just works so well. Before I show off the final few things that I got, I do want to talk about the overall badge situation, which is not really a situation, it's just how they've done it now. They did add the Premium AF, or Anime Frontier AF, you get what that means, badge. And this was actually something that I wanted to talk about more as a praise to Anime Frontier and a criticism to Anime NYC. Anime Frontier, the way they did it is basically you had a lot more access to stuff. You had a VIP lane for autographs. You had a free to where you could get an autograph basically for free. I like that. It was giving you more for that badge. Anime NYC, on the other hand, was less stuff, and it's a harder badge to get. Anime Frontier, that badge was readily available for like a month or two. Anime NYC, that badge sold out immediately. So to me, yes, I didn't get that badge. I don't know what those people went through. I tried to find someone that had it to talk to them. Couldn't find anybody after the first day. So unfortunately, don't know. But I think from what I saw, it was worth it. My goal now is when Anime Frontier tickets go on sale for next year, I want to get one of those badges. I have got the Anime NYC Plus badge. I want to get an Anime Frontier badge that is the premium badge and see what the difference is. Because to me, it looks like Anime Frontier is much better. Obviously, Anime NYC offers a little bit more in terms of guest and overall experience. It's a bigger convention. But at the same time, I don't see why that is a reason to not include more. Also, this may not matter to you at all, but this is the second time that I have actually had an influencer badge. I had one for Anime NYC, even though I barely used it because I had the Plus badge, and then I also had one back in 2023 for Anime Frontier as well. So this is the first time that I've actually been able to really talk about it because I just had it for Twitter last year. This year I'm having it for YouTube. And it was good. It was good. I do like that they do these badges because there was a few people that I saw that were using them and they were, they had camera work. They were really, doing a great job. That's not me. I'm more of a, hey, I'm more on the front end where I'm telling people, hey, I have a big audience. Go check out this convention. I'm not someone that can cover a convention very well other than doing this and reviewing it for you and just telling you, hey, I had a good time. Go check it out. But I do think it's a good idea. The problem is that there was not a lot of signs for influencers, and influencers were probably the least talked about thing in there. There was press, there was pro, and those were everywhere. I didn't see that many influencers. I don't know why, but it just seems like that's the case. I don't know, but it's worth it if you have a social media following. If you think you would be a good influencer to help the convention grow, don't get it simply because you want a free badge. Yes, that is a plus. I didn't have to pay for this badge. Get it because you want to see the convention grow. That was my whole point. I enjoyed it last year. I went because I had been enjoying Anime NYC. I knew these guys put on Anime Frontier. I wanted to go check it out. I wanted to see another convention from them. And I was very pleased. I wanted to see it grow. That is why I got the influencer badge. Probably I will not get it next year. Not because I don't think I could. I've got it 2 years in a row. I'm not really worried about that. But I want to get the premium badge. I want to actually support them now. They've earned that easily, tenfold. But I want to also experience it in a different way. And basically, yes, I am definitely going to Anime Frontier again. I have no issues with them at all. I think they're one of the most well-run conventions, period, that I've been to. The app, I don't know how many conventions that I have gone to that has given me an app to go download and then it doesn't work. The convention notifications that's like, here's a panel I really want to go to, and I'm going to set up notifications so they'll notify me when this convention or this, panel is happening, and I never get a notification. Anime Frontier, they gave me notifications for panels I didn't even want to go to, but because I was notified, not overbearing, just notified, hey, this is coming up, I thought, you know what, I might go to that. That is great. I loved the app experience. Don't know why their app is so good and Anime NYC is not, but they were great. 10 out of 10 on the app front. So you may be saying, all right, well, you didn't get a whole lot this year. You got quite a bit at Anime NYC. Why didn't you get a whole lot here? Well, I did get the artwork stuff, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to spend a ton because, for one, I went there with one thing in mind that I wanted to buy. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. And that was a big Hatsune Miku plushie that was there last year, and I flew there last year, and it was $700. And I decided, no, I'm going to pass on it. And I had to pass on it. This year, I went back, and I thought, if I see it, I'm going to buy it. It was there. It was $1,500. I have Nezuko now. I'm not going to buy a $1,500 Miku plushie. But I did buy some other cool stuff, and I saved some money to go to another convention some other time. So, unfortunately though, if you're one of the people that are big against Funko Pops, you're not going to like this section of the video. But I did get a bunch of Funko Pops because I'm really into the My Hero line right now, and I want to get more of them. So, yes, I bought a bunch of My Hero Funko Pops. Do I regret that? Do I think they're a waste of money? No. And it's my money, so I don't really care what you guys think. And if you think you should have bought something better, sorry. I like these, and I'm going to buy more of them. And guess what? Conventions usually have some really good prices on anime Funko Pops if you're ever into them. Now you got to look around for the right booths. Some booths were selling some of these pops for $20 to $30. And guess what? I went to one booth and I found almost all of these, except for a couple of these, for about $10 to $15. And just notable, some of these I have not even seen for under 20, but I got for 10. So, there you go. But overall, I was very pleased with all of these. And yes, there are quite a bit of them. But overall, I did enjoy Anime Frontier 2024. I'll be back for Anime Frontier 2025, no doubt about it. And if you did enjoy, and you would like to check out Anime Frontier 2025, feel free to follow me here or on Twitter, subscribe here, follow me on Twitter or X, and I will be updating you as the time comes, because I will definitely be there, and maybe we can meet up then. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Anime Frontier for letting me basically get in for free. But none of these opinions are basic, this is all my opinion. So yes, I had a great time, and I'll be there again next year. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.